Hello everyone. Let's talk today about the singularity. What is a singularity? If we are asked that question, no one will give a proper answer to it. Why? Because there's no proof. I mean, there is no mathematical proof. But today I want to make an exception. I will talk about the singularity because I have a mathematical backup. So, what is it? When we say singular in grammar, we pertain to one subject acting. That subject may be I, you, he, she, or it. But in the context of the black hole, a singularity means a point where everything becomes one. And when we say one, we mean a number. This is to say that inside the black hole, space, time, and matter become a number. And even the four fundamental forces are fused into one and become a number. How do we know it? Just imagine how the black hole is formed. Think about it. The star will lose its fuel and will collapse to its center. And all the stuff of the star will be reduced to a point, which is a very tiny point that occupies almost no space at all. Yet, that point is so heavy according to general relativity. How to understand that? Occupies no space at all. Then, very heavy. Is it practical? Logically, it's something to be questioned. But, because we have information of the star that died, then that information is what makes the singularity heavy. And the information is described by a number, and only one number. Therefore, if we talk about the singularity is a small box of space-time which preserves the information of objects. This object can be a star, can be the universe itself. So all the information of the universe can be preserved just in one point we call singularity, that small box of space-time, and that is a bit of information. So let's see the structure of a singularity. I have said that the singularity is a space-time box which preserves the information of all the objects that fall into the black hole as a number. So you have this small box, and this is the storage for all the information of the star, and it is known as a number. The number which is here this number is not just the sign that you see. You when you write 1, 2, 3 on the blackboard, billboard, screen of computers, all those numbers we write, those are only symbols. But the number we are referring to here is a small vibrating spring which makes all the stuff we see in the universe. You should remember that the string theory talked about a filament, vibrating filament called string. But get that string, give it a shape of a spring. That's the number. So we are going back to the same point, vibrating spring, which makes all the stuff of the universe. Therefore, we will say that at the fundamental level, space-time is made of those vibrating springs called numbers. And these numbers, because they vibrate, so they don't like to be blocked in one place. What the number will do, the number will split itself. And every number will split at first, it will split in 4 numbers. So we see here, this is the number, our singularity, the number. It will split into 2 pairs of complementary numbers. I simply mean that you see here A, B, C, D. These are the numbers that were produced by the singularity. These numbers, of course, are smaller than the number, the singularity itself. Then, when the singularity vibrates, it has many options. It will have many options because the number is just like a particle. Particles don't just be in one location at a time. They like to be in many locations at a time. The number is the same. So the behavior of a particle comes from the number, because the number is more fundamental than the particle itself. Well, I will tell you that numbers are the building blocks of space-time. Therefore, here, this number will split. It gives itself many options. So it will produce these juniors. This is the senior himself. Then these are juniors, of course. Then A, B, C, D. A plus B equals C. So these are the values. And C plus D equals S. And you will see that when this is functioning, when the number is vibrating, these values will continuously change. So it has a spin, just as we learn in quantum mechanics that numbers, they have a spin. So they have a spin. They can change up, down, in all directions possible. So this is the meaning of these arrows I made here. Then what allows it to do so is the differentials. These differentials are this: C minus A, B minus B. These two are the same, equal. This one also for D minus E and B minus C are the same, they're equal. So there are 4 differentials, for example, here, but these differentials are 2 only in reality. 2, because same here and there, and same here and there. So we have only 2 different, and that's what allows the singularity to split into 4. So the first step, if you have a singularity, so this one, when the singularity will split into 4, this 4 will form what we call a holographic square. They will form a holographic square, and together they make also a holographic envelope. So remove this area. This doesn't belong to the blue. There's one inside. Doesn't belong to the blue. For these 4 make an envelope. Comes around. That's on a second level. On the third level, there will be another. We have another holographic envelope that comes and now become 9. So the blue here discard them for the third level because they belong to the second. So this is the way it works. And to show you actually exactly what I'm saying about, we will see the structure of the cosmic pyramid, which is the black hole. Here you have a singularity. The singularity, which is a number, as I have explained above, will split into 4. These 4 together will split into 9. The 9 will split into 16 and 25. We can continue. 36. So all these are squared numbers. And why is it so? Because imagine just one number here. And this number, as we know, must appear on the surface of the black hole in many different locations. But how it will do it? Numbers, they don't jump. There is no numerical leap. In quantum mechanics, we talk about quantum leap. It means the electron can jump from an orbit to another. But here it is not so. If this number wants to be in 25 locations on the surface of the black hole, it has to pass through this. So this gives us what we call the entropy. So now we know that when the singularity is being processed by the black hole, then it will give us bits of information inside. And this, as you see them, they are all holographic squares. We call them holographic squares. Why? Because you see there is always a space there. And here there is only 1. In the next there are 4. In the next there will be 9. And here there will be 16. And It's the same procedure that continues. So this is a holographic pyramid that we have here, because we can see through. But what matters most when we are going to do our computation is knowing what is on the surface of the black hole. So the 25 bits here cannot be there or cannot be supported by the singularity if they were not connected this way. So for 1 to connect to 25, it has to pass through 4, 9, 16. And you have, as you know, this is 1 squared, 2 squared, 3 squared, 4 squared, 5 squared. And we can continue 6 squared, 7 squared, 8 squared, etc. All that depends on the singularity. The bigger is the singularity, the more possibility we have to have all these levels increase. So the number of levels we will go through will depend on the singularity, the capacity of the singularity. Because this singularity is going to get, when it moves to the different location up there, the values are going to get smaller and smaller. Already at this level, when it splits, meaning these numbers are closely to be 50%, but they are not, because they are not the same. They are not equal, these numbers. They are all different. They are all different numbers, different values here, you see. But they are all related by formulas. So you can calculate all the information inside the black hole by simply following this. So now you understand that the information inside the black hole comes from the singularity. So the singularity is the one processing this, and all appear on the surface as bits of information. Here we have 25 bits. And all these bits, as I have said, they are all interconnected. So you cannot separate them, because this 1 is connected to the 4. This 4 will give birth to 9. So this relationship cannot be changed. We cannot dislocate them, because they are completely connected. And it continues like that. So this is the only way a number can be in many places at the same time. So the singularity. And to show you this, let's illustrate it by a tree. Because we know that the whole universe started through a singularity. All the stuff we have in the universe started with a singularity. So the singularity can be called as the seed of our universe. Then, if you plant a seed in the soil, this seed will grow into a tree and will bear other fruits, other seeds. So you plant a seed here, then this seed will multiply on the surface of it. This is the way it looks. So it means the information in the black hole, you cannot have the information without having this connection between the singularity and the information on the surface of the black hole as described by the holographic principle. So now, if you know the number of bits or the number of floats here on the, you can determine the value of this tree. We have this tree, it has 9 fruits. So what is the value of this tree? The value of the tree is 2. How did I get it? Later. I will give the formulas. There is a formula for you to know it. Then, when I say 2, I don't mean the singularity is 2. No. The singularity is another thing. So based on number 2, you can calculate the singularity of this tree. You can know the singularity here. What gives birth to this 9? You can know it. That's why I'm telling you that we have already the solution. I have all the mathematics to back up these explanations. So I am not shy to tell you the truth. And as a conclusion, I would like to just tell you that the singularity is a quantum bit of information known as qubit. That's why we say that all the bits you get inside the black hole are quantum bits. You have the singularity, which is a quantum bit, and all the bits up to the surface of the black hole, all are quantum bits. So they are interconnected perfectly because of the differentials that allow them to spin. So this is a great news. For those who understand what I'm saying, it's a great news because we will increase or maximize even our power of computation. Do you get me? The entanglement of quantum bits is possible, and the bits are there in nature. We don't need to create them. All we need to go, we have to refer to the numbers. The numbers will give you. In the future, I will explain about how the quantum bits are formed in the universe. And we will be able to produce the map of information of the universe. So there is a lot to be said here. And if the singularity is the quantum bit, then what is the black hole? The black hole is the processor. The black hole is the processor that works with quantum bits. You understand? You should be happy because this is a very big news. Very big news. So that's what we are going to do here. I have made it simple for you to understand that all the researches that have been done about the black holes were revealed to us through Einstein simply to symbolize this. We can do studies there in space, but everything comes down to this. So the search is over. If you understand what I'm saying, just act. Learn the mathematics, because the mathematics are available. I have a book already written. So I am very free to say all these words. Thank you very much.